welcome to another episode in the Snackable series. I'm Brett Burky, and this is Rick Allen. And today we're going to talk about something that's neat, something that we thought people should know. Is why sellers want to use Paperstac. And there's many reasons. Rick, as one of the sellers that's been on there the longest, actually probably is the person that's been on there the longest.
I think by default,
I
don't think I can ever be overtaken as the person that's been there the
that's
longest.
True. So, there's a lot of reasons we think, and I've kind of broke it down. So if you are a seller that has, or somebody who has notes that just haven't listed yet, and you've maybe, started a seller onboarding process, but just haven't got that next step of putting them online, this might be that one thing to kind of push you over and say, look, I'm going to list it. It's not that hard to do, but I'm going to list Rick tell you some of the reasons why he thinks it's good to be a seller on the Paperstac platform.
Yes. One of the biggest reasons, well, not one of the biggest, but the first one is there's more than 8,000 registered users, right? That's a lot of eyeballs to have looking at your loans. And when you have sort of the next thing is like that open market, and you've got 8,000 different people, or potentially up to 8,000 different people looking at an asset, you can kind of be sure that you're going to get a fair market value, because when you have a competitive market, prices or assets are going to sell for what they're going to sell for. The market dictates it. Where as a seller, it always is a little, not off-putting. I understand it because I would do the same thing. But when somebody says, "Here, can you send me your inventory that you don't have listed?" And it kind of defeats the whole purpose of a marketplace, letting the market dictate what you're going to get. And that goes both ways. It can be, you can get, more than you thought your property was worth, or your collateral was worth, or you can get less, and it's really a dose of, hey, maybe you need to be realistic on your pricing, and this is what it's worth. Those are two big reasons right there, just the number of users and then the open market. But even moving past that, you got to start looking at what does Paperstac do for you as a seller once you're actually in a transaction. And the workflows that we have in there absolutely 100% add efficiency to just about every aspect of managing your portfolio on the selling side. On the buying side too, when you start managing when you have multiple assets for sale and you have multiple people bidding and there's multiple transactions going, stuff gets lost during email.
Yeah.
Right? If you're using your email to try to run a trade desk, things are going to get lost, deals are going to get missed, bids are going to get, some bidders might put in a bid on a Friday night. And what happens?
You forget about it?
This is a holiday weekend. On Tuesday, your inbox is probably pretty full, and something could get kicked into the junk file. There's a lot of different things that could happen. So Paperstac really allows you to efficiently manage multiple transactions in parallel. Things that are happening at the exact same time. Allows you to easily compare bids.
Yeah.
If you're countering somebody on a trade, on a specific asset, we list all the other bids you have on that asset right below it. So you have easy access to data. That is a massive thing. Another thing is all files are shared in a single listing. So if you upload and you set up your listing correctly, you can upload the entire collateral file, you can keep it private, and then release it as you get into transactions with people. What does this do? It means you don't have to keep re-uploading, re-sharing links. It's just a click of a button, you say, perfect, boom, here you go. I've shared the collateral with you. I mean, those are huge tools. And then probably one of the things that I really look at and I love is there's a digital timeline of every single thing that happens in a transaction. And especially the phone call feature, right? I love the fact that if I want to talk to somebody about a specific transaction, I can push a button in the transaction. We can be joined into a conference call. It's recorded. It's transcribed. It's put right on your timeline. That way, somebody can't come back and say, well, you lied to me about this, or you lied to me about that. If you keep communication all right there, you're protected, right? It's all right here on the timeline. Now, if you lie, it's all right there on the timeline. So it really encourages transparency, and it encourages a good quality open market where people can trust each other to do business, because everything it's digitally recorded. It's right there on your timeline, time stamped, dated.
Yeah, I mean those are all great features. I mean, let's not forget too that if you are, let's just say you're needing to move these notes for whatever reason rather fast, it's pretty efficient. You know, that's one thing. But also too, when you put them on there, I always tell sellers that if you have good assets, expect some offers right away, because you know we encourage, especially me, on every buyer I talk to, it's how I push the save search feature, and that basically just means that if your criteria that you're selling matches what they're looking for, they get immediate emails, and I mean they jump on them right away. That's how some of the best deals go. And the thing is, I've had deals where I don't know what's going to sell. You know, I don't know what someone else wants. But I've had one deal. I remember it was kind of funny. It was a land deal. Guy had like 8 parcels out in the middle of Colorado, and he's like, "Hey, do you think these will sell?" And I was like, "I don't know. That's not attractive to me. I don't know what someone sees in that." Calls me back later that day. He's like, "Wow, I'm already in a closing. I'm selling all of them." I was like, "Really?"
Yeah, it's fantastic.
That's because of the safe search, though. Because if someone gets it, they see it, they know what they want. Boom, they go straight to closing that day. Because they're just waiting on that. They're just waiting for the right thing to happen.
Yeah, and when you have as many users as we have on there, you have people with different flavors, different appetites. They want different things. So when Brett says he doesn't know what's going to sell, it's because pretty much everything is selling, right?
Yeah, I mean,
performing, non-performing, first, seconds, land contracts, contract for deeds. It's become a great marketplace and a great way to just to start liquidating stuff and have everything happen in a walled garden, to where I know where this email is, I know where this communication happened, I know where my contracts are. That's another thing, is it's a time saver and a money saver, because Paperstac generates the purchase sale agreement, generates the launch, the assignment, just those type of features really help saving time, saving money. And then the last thing is, it allows you to do business with people you've never done business with before.
Yeah.
Right? It opens you up to new folks, and stuff like, or features like our escrow, features like our audit. It makes people comfortable. They feel comfortable doing transactions in the Paperstac ecosystem.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's that's a lot of the good features why sellers we think you would like to list on Paperstac. It's always something we like to talk to people about, because it's always it's a marketplace. You got to have both. You can't have all buyers and no sellers. You can't have all sellers and no buyers. So it's an ongoing thing for us. So if you're out there and you have some notes to list, or want to test the waters, just reach out to hello@Paperstac, or start the seller onboarding process on the site. We'll look it over and get it approved.
Yeah, getting assets onto the site is very easy. If you have multiple assets and they're in a tape, we can it's very easy to upload a tape of assets right to our platform. So lots of great things. Sellers, if you're out there, come on, let's get your stuff listed, and you can start fielding offers and move some product quickly, make your investors happy, make your return shoot up, and everybody's happy.
Cool. Well, this has been an episode of the Paperstac Snackable. If you have something you'd like us to cover, please don't hesitate to ask, and we'll see you in the next one. See ya.